Hello there gorgeous gamers, and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we've got another review for you. And this one is for Eldrador Creatures, a strategy game where you battle monstrous creatures. But is it any good? Or are these monsters doomed from the start? Let's find out. Numerous games have their roots in many different forms, like movies, TV series, and comic books. However, the origins of Eldrador Creatures is based upon a toy collection by Schleich. If you're looking for the next complex strategy game, you won't find that here. But if you're looking for a simple introduction to the genre aimed at 8 to 12-year-olds, then this could be a great first step in that direction. We've all got to start somewhere, right? The wild world of Eldrador is inhabited by monstrous creatures that hate each other and fight for the power of their elemental territory. All four lands are in fierce combat to find the almighty super weapon. This sword-shaped weapon will bestow great power onto any land that possesses it. Within the first few minutes of the game, you're presented with the choice of which land you want to aid in domination. There are 4 elemental lands to rule over: ice, lava, stone, or jungle. The land you choose will have creatures within its faction that, in turn, reflect that given element. As you might have guessed, these creatures are based upon the toy line. With the creatures being such a massive part of the game, you would think there would be a sneak preview of which creatures dwelled in each elemental land before picking who you want to help out, but sadly, this is not the case. I sided with the Ice faction and, luckily, I found myself being quite fond of the creatures on this team. That's not to say the other lands didn't have some awesome looking creatures, because they do. But not getting an opportunity to see which creature designs you like best before pledging your allegiance felt like a bit of an oversight. Once a faction has been chosen, you can begin with your campaign of travelling across the world map and taking on the available battlefields. Once you achieve victory, the next battlefield is yours for the taking. The battle mechanics are very simple to grasp. It's a turn-based system that allows you and your opponents to exchange blows until each creature has had its turn on the battlefield. Several actions can be carried out during your turn. You can guide your creatures across the battlefield by choosing the highlighted spaces. From here, the monsters can then perform an attack or a special skill on their turn. Although they are not the greatest at multitasking, as they can only perform one of these actions per turn. This adds a level of planning into your moves, especially as once a special skill has been used, you'll have to wait for it to rebuild before you can use it again. Furthermore, creatures can gain a passive skill when you reach a certain point in the game, whereby a hidden benefit can become activated during the battle, such as being more likely to land a critical hit. On the battlefield, many environmental hazards will cause havoc to creatures. These menacing dangers can range from swirling vortexes, crumbling bridges, and enormous barriers. You can use these threats to your advantage though, which can lead to some fun situations emerging, like the opponent's monsters being trapped in a certain corner or receiving huge damage. A stumbling block of this is that even though the environmental hazards are entertaining enough to see, they are not varied enough to keep it fresh for a long time. This is further not helped as the environments are all a little bit vague, and the surroundings can often blur all into one, making it a bit dull. After finishing a battle, as a reward, you'll gain surprising little packs that contain mini creatures that almost look like wannabe Crazy Bones. Anyone else remember them? No? Okay. If something proves too difficult, you can use these mini creatures to gain additional perks, such as defending yourself from incoming aggression or dealing additional damage. This was a nice feature to include, as it makes the game newcomer friendly and offers a helping hand in many combat scenarios. The overall gameplay is well polished. The cursor glides across the screen effortlessly and was easy to navigate through commands. This was nice to see, as many games in this genre can be prone to not being responsive enough when it comes to the controls. On top of this, the game is coupled with great narration, which made learning the game's basics much easier and definitely more kid-friendly. The creatures' animations and combat sequences play out smoothly too, and unfortunately, this makes the state of the environmental backgrounds even more of a bummer. You'll have this great looking creature standing there with a very bland backdrop. All things considered, I enjoyed playing Eldrador Creatures, even though I do not think I was really the intended target audience. I would certainly recommend Eldrador Creatures to younger gamers looking for their first game in the genre. And that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did and you found it useful, go on down below, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and give the bell icon a tickle too so that you're notified whenever we've got new stuff. Go on into the info box below and you'll find our website links, social media channels, and our supporters page, where you can support the team, if you can. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye bye.